Hi everyone, welcome back to Java 1 for All. In this video, we are going to talk about PathMatcher. In the previous video, we solved the file visit result, and we did a quick if to find, for example, all the files that are ending with .java. But imagine that you would like to also find all the files that ends with either .java or .txt or .class and so on. As you can see, it can get pretty long. Another option would be using regular expressions. Definitely a very good option. But we also have something that Java created for us to make our life a little bit easier. And that is the PathMatcher. So let's go all the way back here and let's create a class that's called PathMatcher test01. So I really should accept this at some point in time. PSVM. Now I'm going to create a method because we are going to do the same over and over again. And this is kind of a helper method, private static void matches. This is just a name that I'm giving. And I will ask for two arguments. One, the path. And the second one is something that the PathMatcher is going to work with. It's called glob. I'm going to get there. So the PathMatcher works, for example, applying patterns to the path. Since the path is something that's very specific to the operating system you are using, we have to get a path matcher based on the operating system. So we have a class called file systems, where we can get the default, basically the system that you are working, or the system that your JVM is running this code. And then we have the Getpathmatcher. So the Getpathmatcher, it works with either glob, that's kind of a simpler version of regular expression, or regular expression, regex. We're going to see a little bit how it works, but it's, if you know regular expression, glob is pretty straightforward. So you can read the documentation or just watch this video to see what we are going to do. And we are going to pass the glob here. And I'm going to sort first the glob, and I want to see if the path actually matches. Basically, PathMatcher dot matches this path. Okay, let's start. Let's get three paths. It doesn't necessarily need to exist. We just want to know if the pattern matches. So folder, subfolder, file bkp. And let's call this path 1, and let's create path 2. So Control D as DevDojo. You can duplicate the lines. I'm renaming the files, for example. We have three types: BKP as a backup, TXT, text, and Java. Now, I want to check, for example, let's say that I want to find the file, not find, but if the path matches the .bkp extension. I will call my method. I will say path1, and then the glob. So basically the syntax is the following: glob, then column, and here it comes what we actually want, the expression itself. Now, there is a tricky thing about the star.bkp. We have false even though it ends with .bkp. That's because the star asterisk, it does not cross directory boundary. So it says here that it tries to match without crossing directory boundaries. So if you want to cross direct boundaries, you have to use star star. So basically, if I add here star star, it will ignore everything that's prior, to the .bkp. Now it matches to true. Another option would be ignore everything, and we can add this slash and then the star, because now later on, if we want, for example, to find something that's specific name, for example, file dot and then something you want, we can. So this also works. Now we have this option. So let me just leave it here. So you will see that this doesn't work, this works. And now, for example, imagine that you want to find either with extension BKP and or TXT text or Java. Let's achieve that using this following pattern. So this is kind of a grouping, and here we have to pass what we are looking for. So BKP or Java or TXT. Now you have to be very careful because the space here counts. The first one, passing the path1, that's file.bkp, it works. But if we pass, for example, path2, it does not work because we have a space here. So the correct syntax is without spaces. Now it will find for either 1, 2, or 3. And let's say that now, for example, you want to find anything that has exactly 3 letters in the extension after the dot. You achieve that through the question mark. So path1, path2, and path3 should return true, true, false, because .java has 4. And we get true, true, and false. And another option, let's say you want to find something very specific, something that it has, for example, file as the name and 3 letters as an extension in the name. If you execute this now, it will return false because Java has 4. If you add 1, it will return true. So pretty straightforward, but I think we need a little bit more exercise to see how it works. So in the next video, we are going to do a quick exercise where we are going to combine the simple file visitor and the PathMatcher. So I see you in the next video. Bye.